Audio Jungle. I know we're not ready. This time we are not ready.
Okay, so welcome to Tri-Virtual Roundtable, Doc.
I thought Doc was going to do it.
That's what I
I think
said.
you're glitching a little bit.
I thought Doc was going to do it. The
No
intro.
worries. Welcome everybody to Tri-Virtual Roundtable. I am Doc Masai, and
Hi,
that
Doc.
is,
I'm Iceman Stan.
I'm Mr. Harmony. What's
and we
up?
got glitchy. Yeah,
We're
glitchy.
always glitchy.
Mr. G.
Yeah, we're always glitchy.
No, your
No,
camera.
it's you. It's you.
Yeah,
It's
your
you.
camera's like real pixelated.
Minus?
So if you're a first time
You're jumpy.
watcher of our broadcast, please like, subscribe. What's the other thing?
Share.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
Today we had to change our plans. We originally had an original topic that we were going to talk about, but due
Tariffs.
to the
It was tariffs.
tariffs, right? No, agreed. And then because of the assassination, say
Mhm.
that, of Charlie Kirk, we wanted to change our broad discussion about life in America and how can we, I guess, as individuals, bring balance back, and how we need to look at what's going on from both sides. I think it's way too polarizing. We all agreed that it's way too polarized. We had conversations about it, and we wanted to have a discussion, and we really invite our viewers to really pitch in. And it doesn't matter what your views are, just
Right.
pitch in and let us hear what you have to say. And anybody else want to jump in on that?
What you got, Icy? Oh wait, let
Charlie
me
Kirk.
talk to some chats real quick. Good afternoon, guys. Great
Yes,
subject.
Silence. I've been silent.
Delve into today
see that?
from Honey Bear, and I know. I don't know what that's all about.
You
Kim,
did it.
I know. Kim says, "Hey guys," and
Hey, Kim.
Tracy says, "Hey guys, excited for this talk." Yes, me too.
Hey. What's your
I
time
agree.
And I want to apologize first to all the people who are watching that the Eagles are on, and these clowns do a podcast right during football season.
Hey!
Because neither one of
Focus
them
here.
have teams.
Focus here. There you go. All right.
I
So
do.
yes,
Mine's
and
the Redskins.
Jody says, "Hey guys, what's up, Jody?
Jody.
What's up?"
Jody,
Say-
Jody Jewel.
So we are talking today about this incident that happened so I personally want to just throw this out there just in case anyone has any question or anyone getting what he got is unacceptable on all levels. No one should be taken out like that, or no one should be assassinated, however you want to say it, for whatever, saying it on here. That's unacceptable on all levels, and God does not like that, not one bit. So let's throw that out there. I want to make sure that's clear from my perspective. I might not have agreed with what he said on some aspects, and there's some things that I don't agree on, but at no time is it acceptable to take to that violence. And this is where today's podcast we want to kind of focus on is not as much as the details of what he talked about and what he was, but the fact that he had an open debate platform to be able to have conversations about whatever political, religious side you're on. He had an open forum, which is what we are doing right here. So we're having an open forum for communication, whether it be IC having a different stance on certain items or whatever the case is. But we can sit and talk, and Doc has his perspective, and we can sit and have these conversations without the violence. And it just had me thinking today, and it kind of hurt me because by allowing this to continue on, what it's saying is that because I have an opinion, even doing this smaller podcast, and we're not like out there to the media or masses, to thousands and thousands of people, but I still have a voice and a platform. So that means that if somebody decides they don't like my whatever I say, they get to come after me. I'm like, no, that's unacceptable on all levels. So I look at things like that, and where we are, and I just want to kind of just start out by saying that. Icy, you're up.
So I think this subject and this topic is going to jump around a little bit. You know what I mean, with what we're talking about, because something else will come up. But first thing I want to say is that I think everybody needs to listen to each other, because if you're only one-sided, one-minded, you're not going to learn anything. For example, Doc, we were talking about something, and Doc said, well, blah, 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 they're white supremacists or some shooters. We're just talking about like shooters, right? And you said, oh, they're white supremacists. And I'm like, I don't know if there's a lot of white supremacists doing the shooting. I know that because nationally, white supremacy really, like in numbers, is low, right? But in activity that we see, I guess I'm thinking maybe it's high because of what you said. So that made
Tennessee.
me, well, no, yeah, I think Tennessee was one of them, but
Yeah.
and something Valley was another. So so what that made me do was, my personality is, I want to look it up. I want
Right.
to research it
Yep.
because
Same
Doc,
thing.
if you're wrong, I'm going to say
Mhm.
there's been 0 shooters ever, right? Because I want to be
Right,
able to say that,
right.
right? Like I'm not saying I'm a white. Obviously, I'm not
No,
a white
Right.
supremacist,
Right.
I get it,
but
I get it.
I'm not supporting that. But
Mhm,
I want to be able to debate it just like Charlie Kirk, right? I want to know, but I want to know what the facts. So I looked it up and I was shocked that there was like 3 of them that were mentioned, and I just went back 10 years, right? But I was really shocked, and I was like, "That's very interesting. That's very interesting."
Perspective and
Yeah,
understanding
because
someone else and taking that time. And you're right. So just stop for a second and try to, I don't want to say put yourself in their position or in their place, but just take a minute, take a beat without taking this instant attack that you don't want to open your mind to say, maybe this person might have something of value. They might be saying something that I need to listen to. And whatever it is, just take that poured out. Just take a second and just listen to it for a second and try and maybe, like you said, do the research. There might
well,
be some truth in it.
because like social media that I'm looking is obviously directed one way, right? So when they say something, I'm like, even if they say something, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm like, there's more to this story, right? I already know it. This is what this platform is saying. So there's obviously more. And so then I dive down the other rabbit hole, right? I go the other way
Mhm.
because and then like if someone says something, like there's another person that sends me like videos and stuff. I'm like, I get what you're saying. I go, but did you know this? And they're like, no, that's a lie. I go, no, it's not. So that
yeah, I've run
narrative
into
that
that as
you're,
well.
Right.
yeah, that narrative that you're pushing is actually wrong.
Right.
Like that we don't want that on, let's say, I'll say our side, right? Right
Mhm, mhm.
versus left. Like I don't want that wrong information coming from our side either, right? Like there's a lot of stuff coming out, about the shooter, right? And the first thing is a lot of people sent me, well, your buddy was this, like my buddy,
Mhm.
the shooter, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm
Right.
like, first of all, he's not my buddy. Like I really wouldn't hang out with murderers, um, but then
It's not
so
something
I
I
had to
do.
debunk it, right? I had to debunk it, right? I had to say no, and I'm like, it's not only me; it's national news that's contradicting that what's out there. But
Right.
social media is saying this, and it pushes it. So if all you're looking at is one side,
Mhm.
right? Then you're missing out. You're
Right.
missing out.
So
Yeah.
let me get to some chat. I'm sorry, Doc. Go on. Let me
No, no, go
do
ahead to the
some chats
chat.
real
Go to the
quick.
chat, see what somebody's saying.
So we got Honey Bear said the Bible says thou shalt not commit murder. However, there are people, Christians too, who seriously are not sad for him, but for for his family who are suffering his loss. So yes, there are, and that is again unacceptable.
Mm,
No one should be celebrating or not affected by the fact that, I mean, I don't care whether it's a hymn or a mass shooting or something else. I must feel some type of way and sympathize with all of it that's going on. I have to, as a human and as a Christian and as a person that believes, that's something that I'm supposed to do, is just stop and actually mourn for them. So let me get to the chats one more sec. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Doc.
got it. No, absolutely.
Alex, the Bernard Lover says, "Hey guys." And L.
But
Jackson said, "Stop expecting people to
Latoya.
sympathize with the very people who hate them. It's extremely invalidating."
wait, what? Read
Yeah.
that again. Read that
I
again.
know. I want to understand it. So, L. Jackson, please give a little more context because
No,
I
no,
want
no.
to.
Just say it
I know.
again.
I'm just going to read it one more time. Stop expecting people to sympathize with the very people who hate them. It's extremely invalidating.
Yeah. So, I mean, from a woman's perspective, that's Miss Jackson. How you doing, Toy? How are you?
Hey, hey, hey.
So what she said is like so now that Charlie Kirk, this whole tragedy has happened, so people are repeating the stuff that he said. Like for a woman's perspective, a woman, what is it? The woman black pilot, was that it? That if he sees one, was she qualified? And here's the thing: they have to go through the exact same training as everybody else.
Right.
So
That was
however
the
they
guy.
got in.
Yeah. The
And
male,
you know
the
what? I
black
had a
male.
doctor friend of mine that had a very poignant point. So Charlie Kirk didn't get into the academy, and I think he wrote this paper that got some attention on Breitbart, and it was like he felt that somebody black took his place. I'm gonna be soft with that because it's the specifics of it, but generally that was that he wrote this paper, And my buddy had a point where he said 90% of them 90% of those seats are white males. So you're mad about the 10% of seats that was taken by people of other ethnicities, but 90% were taken by white males or whatever the
Right.
white majority. But anyway, but I thought that was interesting that he put it out like that. So you're complaining about a few seats where these people got to go through the exact same training. So nobody's going to be underqualified
Right.
to get there, but he's mad. He was mad that he didn't get that seat, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my thing is, so she's right. You can't get mad at the world for repeating some of the nonsense that he said. And I don't want to
Right.
make it seem like I support Charlie Kirk in any particular way. I just didn't like the fact that he was assassinated on national TV in front of his family. I thought that myself was like, whoa, now that's
That's a
that
So
little.
I can't, and I know it now. People were telling me on Facebook, they're like, "Look, F his family and rest in piss and everything." I'm like, I hear you, but at the end of the day, the man got assassinated. He still had a child. He wanted to raise, but I do not
children,
give
children.
children. I'm sorry, yeah, his children, yeah, his children, and but I still can't give any respect to some of the absolutely outrageous, idiotic stuff he said, because he was really off the chain. Not to say he deserved what he got, but he said some stuff that's like, damn, bro, like, come on, man. Like, really?
So it's like I'm conflicted. I feel like a hypocrite when I'm saying this, what I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
Like I don't okay, so I don't think that his words should have got him shot, right? I don't think that his freedom of speech or whatever you want to say in that exactly how it happened, that it doesn't shouldn't result to that, right? But then like there are people out there that are like laughing, celebrating, singing
Right.
songs, doing all this, like super happy. And now they're being fired from their jobs, right? There's
Mhm.
just someone in Washington that was just fired too. But
Sure,
like
sure, sure.
it's happening a lot, right?
On both
And
sides.
yeah, whatever. I'm saying people
Hmm.
that are
Hmm.
commenting about this, that are
Hmm.
giving they're happy and really super happy about it, and they're singing praises to the shooter and then blah blah blah, right? So they're getting fired. Now, a little bit of me is like, good, you deserve that, right? Because that's very hateful, right? That's a very wrong way to look at a death of someone. Um, but then I think, well,
Hold on one sec. Hold on, Icy. I'm sorry. Hold that thought, and please remember. Hey, Doc, can you turn that
I
down real quick?
What?
Your game?
the TV.
You serious?
Yes. Turn it down.
The football game?
The football
Yeah,
game.
it's very loud.
Turn
It's
it
very
down.
loud.
Get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Just
turn it
just turn it
down.
down. Keep that thought,
Turn it
Icy.
down.
Keep that thought, Icy. Keep it
I
in
don't
there.
remember where I was at. I don't remember
Jay,
where I was
turn
at.
it down. Turn it down.
What was I?
All
What
right,
was
so
I
I need the
saying?
chats real quick while he's doing this because we got some interesting
Oh,
chats here.
now we're really gonna
No,
mess
so
me up. Okay.
keep it in your mind because it's going to be on here. So let's see. Innate Ways said
Is that better?
people need to stop assuming people hate others.
Hmm.
And Tracy said, I don't know everything about what Charlie Kirk said, so I can't defend it, but we should all have more humanity. I agree. That's exactly what I was saying. So if it's not, and this is coming from Kim, I hope you guys don't mind me telling you guys' names on here. You put the chat on.
No.
If no, I'm not talking to you. So if it's not hate, then what is it? Inmate? Inmate? Inmate. Okay, I don't know. And then Arcadian says his belief in
Uh-oh.
words prompted hate towards certain races and groups. If it's not an assumption, and then that was it. And then Innate Ways said DEI is real. It's the difference in going to McDonald's and not having a basket of fries fly, flying at you.
Like that one video where
Yeah,
that
like that
lady
one.
comes
Okay, yeah.
back. Yeah.
Kim said, very true, Tracy. Do you know what DEI stands for? Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, if we might want to, I don't know if that's going off topic, but
Yeah. I don't think we
I
should
do
get
want to
there.
talk about the DEI one day
Yeah. Let's don't do it now
and the
though.
misunderstanding what goes on with it. That'll be another topic one day. So please, I think we need to talk about.
DEI,
Yeah.
not just about
So
color.
yeah, exactly. Didn't earn it, and then Innate Ways says didn't earn it. Earning it meaning if I have to go
D-
through the process, I think I did earn it. And
See, I don't want to
Arcadian,
get on. I don't.
yeah, I know that's a whole nother. Okay,
Uh,
so now we're getting some cursing going on in here.
but it was kind of.
Ooh, somebody's
Uh,
cursing?
yeah, get the F out of here.
Hmm.
And that was by Arcadian. I'm saying names. So
Mm.
diversity, equity, inclusion is what DEI stands for. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
Innate Ways. Appreciate it. Honey Bear said you didn't mention what I said. What did I miss, Honey Bear? Hold on. I thought I did. I thought I got it. Yeah, I did. Thou shalt not commit murder. However, that was the only one you said. Yeah, I said that. The
So,
family of suffering is lost. Yeah, I said that. I didn't see another one.
but here,
All right. Uh, and then, yeah, innate, it's a real world. Okay. So,
my major problem is okay, that happened,
wait, I'm
blah, blah.
sorry, Doc. I'm sorry to interrupt. Icy, please finish saying what
I
you were
don't
saying.
remember what we were saying. I
Dang it.
Uh,
don't.
I
I
was
really
trying to
don't.
get
okay.
you to remember. I'm sorry,
I.
My
Icy.
problem,
I
Well,
my
needed to
that was
problem
turn
is
like
that
'cause
10
music
minutes
down.
ago.
I need to turn
Anyway,
the
go
music
ahead.
down. Sorry. Or the TV.
it's down.
Oh, no, I did. That's why I was telling Icy. I'm sorry.
My problem is the government. My real core problem is this bull crap media and the government. You have government officials that before he was even pronounced dead, I believe, that they were talking about trying to blame it on the libs and Democrats. And but then like the fool on Fox News, he's sitting there talking about we're at war and stuff like this. Yet the caption under him was like the shooter hasn't been identified. Like we are so dumb. I mean, our government is just so off the chain now, and I'm not gonna say any what part. It just doesn't matter. Take it for what it is. Melissa Hortman, Minnesota government official, I believe it was Minnesota. Her and her husband was killed inside their house, inside their home. Latoya, stop it. Uh,
I know
she just sent me a
she
message.
just put
Yeah, I
something
know.
on here too. I know.
I know,
I'm gonna
Latoya.
say
What
it.
did she say?
Don't worry,
But
Miss
but
Jackson. I'm gonna say
but
it.
all right, our government didn't even do anything for her, anything, and she was an actual government official, implementing policy for our country. Her and her husband were killed by Vance Bolter, which I'm not gonna say obvious, but a conservative, a religious conservative. What? I mean, our government is so off the chain, it's ridiculous, and it's so one-sided, it's so pathetic. The fact that Charlie Kirk is shot, and it's like half mast, military honors, I mean, whatever they're doing and stuff like that. But you got Melissa Hortman, her and her husband were assassinated, but because
And
they're
still hasn't
Democratic,
condemned it, by the way. And
and
still
still
hasn't
hasn't
condemned
condemned
it
it. Still
in
hasn't
public.
condemned it.
He still hasn't condemned it in public. So I mean, he instantly did it for Charlie Kirk. And again, that's where
Well,
you look at these things. And again, let's take out the politics out of it for a second, just for a second, because I know that's what we're talking about right now. America should not be a country of assassinations. For speaking your mind, for having a different of opinion, for any of the reasons that anybody can justify in their mind a reason for killing someone else, that's unacceptable on all levels. And I think that's where the direction needs to be focused. And again, whether it's a left, a right, I'm just going to throw this out there. We all, on both sides, do some banana stuff and say banana stuff. And I would even throw this out there that both sides are hypocritical on a lot of levels. Not every way they're
that's what
hypocritical,
I was talking
not
about.
every way, but there are times, even if you just keep going back. I mean, I could play 50 clips of a Democrat being hypocritical. I can play 50 clips of a Republican side
Well,
being hypocritical. So what
like they
needs to happen?
say, the left and the right are from the same bird. They're
Right.
just right wing, left
So
wing,
so
same bird.
stop the tit
Yeah.
for tat. Stop for saying, not say, well, the Democrats said this last time and the Republicans said this last time. Stop. Let's just stop killing. Let's just stop going after people that have an opinion, that want to say something. Now, there are ways to handle situations. There are ways. I know.
I got.
No,
know.
I'm getting messages, bro.
I know you
I got
are.
a. I got a
know.
question for
I
you.
gotta get
I
to
got a
the.
question.
Okay, go on. Go on, Icy.
Okay. No, this is the question. So, are we failing at teaching how to handle disagreement without resulting in violence? Are we teaching our kids the wrong way to deal with disagreement? And is
Right.
violence just the only way they go to?
Is that the go-to?
Like,
And again, let's go back. Let's start looking at it. And again, I being the children's pastor, being the children's pastor, and really seeing, if you look at these kids that are going in and doing these mass shootings, and I call them kids, they're younger and all this stuff. Regardless of what are we as a society teaching these kids and bringing them up and having them go out and having these? Are families having these sit down talks just because they don't agree with their politics or their whatever? Are we having an open environment for our kids to have a conversation about what they're struggling with? Are we actually listening to what they're saying? Because again, those are the ones that we need to be touching, because they're the ones that are going to be leading our future. So why are we not paying attention to our kids and saying, listen, how are you feeling? Put this money in more social stuff. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. Go on.
yeah. No, that was the question. That's what I mean. Are we failing at teaching our
Oh,
youth.
we're failing the hell. We're failing
Yeah.
the hell out of our educational system is ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not. We're first of all, we're failing to pay our teachers. I know that's slightly off subject, but at the end of the day, if we don't take care of our youth and
Yeah, but it
educate
starts
them
at
in a
home,
proper way,
regardless of the
starts out.
schools.
True,
It starts at home
true, but they
because
spend a lot of time in the school, so the influence of the teacher is massive.
I mean, we could get into
It's
are
right,
both
totally
parents
different. So yeah,
working?
totally different. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah, I
I
know.
got
Okay,
you.
so
So,
can I get to some chats if that's okay?
Yeah,
well, we're
Arcadian,
right in
come
the
back.
middle of talking. We're right
Oh,
in
I'm
the middle of
sorry.
Arcadian
talking.
still there?
I didn't know. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
You actually disappeared.
I disappeared.
But
I know. Simba.
I was saying,
Hold up, don't disappear and then come back and try to run
I didn't
stuff.
know if it was.
I
That's
know,
I
I
asked.
know.
Like for real.
That's why
Go
I
Oh,
ahead.
asked.
just come,
Do
Go
the
on.
chat. Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, we
do
were
the
done.
track now.
I
Not
told them
We
that
were
I was
done.
going to get to the chat because Doc's getting these messages.
No, but you were gone though.
I
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
So
why am I getting messages like
yeah. L. Jackson said, "Stop gaslighting people. We all heard his hate speech, and
right,
if you didn't consider it hate,
But is
you
hate
might
speech
hold
worth
absolutely.
killing over?
hold on. Of course not. It never does. We're not.
Okay,
No one is
okay.
saying that. Didn't consider it hate. You might be part of the problem. Now, I just want to touch on that comment alone,
hmm
just real quick before I go to some of these other ones. That just and I think that's an excellent point. Just because you don't categorize it in your mind as hate speech, a person,
I don't know if you can go
I
there
know
though. That he was kind of deep with
a
his.
person that is receiving it will
Mhm.
take it as hate speech because of the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah,
So
that's I was gonna
so
say
it's a
it.
perspective. So for someone to say no, he was not saying hate speech, you can't say that because if in my perspective, if he's saying something that hurts my race or goes against my belief, then that would be hate speech. And I can categorize that as hate speech. So if I say that someone is doing
Okay,
hate
so
speech,
if I said, let's say I said, well, I don't think that, biblically you shouldn't be gay, right? You shouldn't
Mhm.
that's a sin,
Mhm.
and according to the Bible, it's outlawed. You can't do it, right?
right,
Like that's wrong. You can't do
I
it.
agree.
And then someone who's gay could say that's hate speech. You
They can
saying
say
that
it,
to me
but
is
I
hate
wouldn't
speech.
consider that hate
No, no,
speech,
no,
me
no, no.
personally.
But
Again,
it's the person that's
right,
receiving it.
right, and they
Right.
can.
And if someone says, "Oh, if you voted for Trump, blah blah blah," then I could say, "Well, that's hate speech
Right.
because I voted
And
for
you
him."
get that choice.
Right. Right.
But the
Hate speech
reaction,
is in the eye of the beholder in a lot of these cases. Now, there's
Well,
blatant things
Char-
that you could say,
right,
right?
is
You
100%
could
hate
say like
speech no matter how
that
you
is
look
really
at it.
wrong.
Yes.
But then again, it goes back to scroll on, right? I'm not going to listen to someone that's battering something that I
but
like.
he was influencing way too many people. Like his
But
stuff was
all you gotta do is turn it off. Like,
no, he was
why?
on
Why
college
can't
Okay,
you?
so let
campuses
me
influencing.
let me get back to these real quick because I know we're gonna
How you
start
gonna
going on a
interrupt me?
tangent here real quick. Honey Bear Catherine
I think
said,
people like the tangents.
Haven, I
We
know
don't
they
like
do.
to be interrupted.
Women's perspective is the sex of a person essential in this case. Yeah, that's what she was talking about was the women's perspective and the what
hmm
he said against women. And we can't discount how they see
See,
that.
again,
I
I
can't
don't want to
hold
get
on.
into the nuts
I
and
know.
bolts of it.
Did the left not
It's
say
speech.
take the people out? Okay. That's again, we're talking again about I never heard a hate speech. Now, innate ways, again, that goes back to how you perceive it. Now, just because you haven't innate ways doesn't mean it's not happening.
Well,
Just
but
because
like I
somebody has an
said,
opinion that
if
it's not
someone is a
happening, you can't
religious
say that
nut,
it's
right,
not.
and they're preaching the Bible, and
Mhm.
you're an atheist, everything that person's saying to the atheist, they could say that's hate speech,
Right.
no
So I
matter
can't,
what or a
right.
little,
So I
right?
have to respect
So,
that. So I have
but
to respect that that's
what
how they
about
feel.
basic
So I can't say
common
that it's
sense?
not happening. Who did he hate? Well, we already got into that. No one. That's what I mean. Let's see. Jody T. Gotcha. And then Innate Way says today people will record their kids putting their finger in a socket instead of slapping their hand. Yeah, I agree. That again. That's a parenting thing, and I
No,
agree.
that's true. Yeah.
That's something that they should be looking at.
Let's
Say a
go back to
boy.
the videos where you give your baby a lemon, right?
Yeah.
Let's get those
Uh,
reactions back.
no, it's called truth, and making excuses for it is why we are here. Okay, so again, those are your opinions, and those are very welcome.
Hey, tell you what,
And again, we look at it, and I have to take it as that is your opinion, and I have
what
to respect it, but I might not believe it.
what did black people do in this situation? Like, why are black colleges and universities? The president of our university had to go on national TV and talk about death threats to historically black colleges. What the black?
Yeah, I heard a lot and I heard a lot also, and this is another thing on the other side is I see posts. Now, see, this is another. So I see was talking about how people are posting oh, screw him and all this other stuff and he
Oh
deserved
yeah,
it and all
see
that.
that a
But
lot.
we look
Yeah,
on the other side and I've seen a lot of other posts saying, oh, it's war now, we're out to get the Dems now. We're out to get you
Captain, he
guys.
probably doesn't see
And
it.
so that again, you look at that rhetoric and you look at on again on both sides. Neither side can say, yes, we're not at fault. Yes, we should have maybe communicated what we're saying better or whatever that is. But you can't just say, well, one side is doing one thing and the other side isn't, because we're seeing it firsthand on both sides. I can put 50 videos of one side and put 50 videos on the other side, and you can look at them and go, "You're both doing it." So what do? We just keep saying each
I,
other we're doing it.
I know you're playing this nice little balancing act, and I
I
like
hate
it, and
it.
I appreciate it. In certain aspects you can, but I remember somebody posted something that says, "Since when has it become hateful to repeat somebody else's quotes?" So people are just quoting what Charlie Kirk said, right? And then you have people who are more conservative, like blah blah blah, trying to defend it, like, bro, but he said
Well,
that, and
see,
I
here's the
speak
thing.
English.
Okay, so I didn't want to get into the nuts and bolts, but a lot
Get
of
into
the
the
stuff
bolts.
that
I know.
hold on.
Let's get some
No,
bolts.
no. A lot of the quotes that are being put out there, they
Mhm.
stop at a certain point, right? Like the empathy. They're like, well, you don't want empathy. And they stop it right at, I don't like the word empathy. And then you read the rest. He goes, I would prefer the word sympathy. And it was talking about politics, empathy in politics versus sympathy, because they go, you can't always put yourself and feel what they're feeling, but you can have sympathy for the way people are feeling. So there's a difference in the words. He said, I would rather use the word sympathy than empathy. But people cut it off right at empathy, right? They go, oh, he don't like blah, blah, blah. He just deserves what he gets. Again, like the whole thing about he believes in gun rights and he says a few deaths are acceptable, right?
Right,
Like that's being thrown around.
Mhm.
If you listen to the whole speech, he's saying that in society we are giving a certain amount of deaths. We're saying as a society are acceptable. Car deaths, 50,000 a year, right? That's acceptable to give our freedom to drive and to get our goods from one place. So we know, okay, we could eliminate cars completely. That would stop car deaths, right? That would stop them. There's a lot of things. Alcohol, we could stop, we could look, prohibition happened, right? We could say no more alcohol, right? And then that would stop a lot of the drunk drivers, right? That would stop a lot of people doing whatever, right? We
nah,
could eliminate
they do it
guns.
illegally, but I
Hold
Yeah,
on.
understand
they
what you're
would
We
saying.
still
could,
do it
we
illegally. I
could get,
know.
hold on. We could eliminate guns, right? I'm just saying, let's say in a perfect world, that all these things were eliminated, regardless, because you can make a gun yourself, right? With a piece of pipe or whatever.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to give any directions,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, like you could take away all the guns, right? Like, and that'll eliminate all the gun deaths. Obviously, it will. But then, what's society going to do? They're going to use knives. They're going to use cars. They're going to use something else. It's not going to stop it.
Well, that's yeah, I get that, and you're 100% right that that's not the answer is to get rid of everything. So again, if that's not the answer, then let's go to the table and try and find and get both sides to the table and say, if there's a problem, let's try to solve it the right way. And that's not what's happening. You're getting too much conflict. You're getting too much negativity. Hold on one second. We got a lot of chats. It's going crazy. Hold
Okay,
on.
well, I'll say this too.
Go
Like,
on while you say that. I'm going to read these for a second.
okay, no, go.
No, no,
You're
to
just gonna read
myself,
them.
just to kind of scan through. Go on.
What's up,
So
Icy?
no, no. So like the cars, right? Like the drunk drivers and stuff. You could say, well, if we eliminate guns, then that's going to stop it, right? Well, outlaws and criminals don't follow the law, so it doesn't even matter. It's a crime to murder, but they murdered, right? So
Right.
they don't care about the law. So just like if you got your license taken away because you were drunk driving, and you get back in the car and you drive, they're breaking the law. We took the license away. We did the steps that are needed, right?
Mhm.
But they still broke the law.
Yeah, I
Just
think
like,
people are gonna hate that comparison though. You're
no,
talking about
no, but
somebody.
No, I'm just saying, like, society is saying. So basically, what, like, I didn't want to get in all this, but, like, in my opinion, I guess I should say,
Yes.
Charlie Kirk was doing the comparison to say, like, those deaths are acceptable, including his own, right? But those are acceptable in order to keep our Second Amendment right, the right to protect yourself, to the right to protect our country from a tyrannical government, right? That's the right to hunt with a gun. Like, all these things, it's a right, you know what I mean? Like, to do that in our Constitution.
I
So,
get that.
yeah. So he's not saying that it's acceptable. He doesn't like the fact that there's deaths. He would rather be no deaths, right?
So I agree. So let's flip that. So
Okay.
instead of saying acceptable, what other word could he have used to make it better than what he did? By using
Okay.
that
Well,
word accept, hold on, let me
okay.
finish. Let me
All
finish.
right.
By using that word acceptable, he now changes the narrative because because in your mind, you automatically, and I don't care who you are, if you say it's acceptable, that means you're saying it's okay. So
As
what,
a
which is
society,
not,
no, it's not.
which
No,
is
no,
not true.
acceptable.
I get
What he's
that.
saying.
But
No, I
that's
get
what
it.
we
Okay.
get.
Well,
Hold on one second.
it's
Hold
not.
on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
It's not
So,
acceptable for a drunk driver to kill a family either.
right.
It's not
So
acceptable.
that's why I wouldn't say it's acceptable to allow all of these things to happen in order to keep our freedoms. I wouldn't say it's acceptable. I would use other
What word?
words
Okay, what word would
other
you
than
use?
that.
What word would you use? In
What I
order
would
for
use,
us to keep our
Charlie Kirk was making money, creating chaos and creating division.
so fighters in the
That
ring make
that's
money
what
for
he was
beating
doing.
other
right.
people
So
up.
does that
Right.
again?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
Yeah, I
can't do
know.
the comparison because his was
I
I'm
know.
just
different.
saying that's what his.
If you take it at basic language, English language, yeah, you can say that. But if you take it from a real person perspective, like we're three old guys, right? So we're not statistically inclined to know all these specifics. But when you talk about the general temperature of the U.S., he was not healthy at all, at all. I mean, you got the
Again,
Ku Klux, you got the Klan walking down Tennessee, like going for a beer now. Like they're all getting together, the white supremacists. All this, and I want to bring this to it too. All this I mean, don't get me wrong. Racism has always been an underlying tone of the world, I'd say.
Yeah.
But my thing is that all this really didn't come to pass until the past, couple elections. I'm just gonna say, like, I mean, everything was at least people were trying to work things out to some degree. Now, all of a sudden, now this is
I think even under Obama there
extremism.
was race problems because
Well,
remember the
yeah, I
whole
mean,
big beer
When
summit.
did?
when you
No,
threaten to lynch him outside the White House, I mean,
no, what I'm
damn.
okay. See, we're getting way off topic, but what I'm
All right.
saying is that there were since '60s there's been race problems.
Well,
So '50s,
Shit, you want to go
you
back a
said
little
1820,
further than
60s.
that,
Wait,
bro?
you need
1820.
to go way
I'm
back
going
further
back.
than that. Yeah.
I'm going way back.
Yeah.
I just keep going back centuries.
So,
So anyway, it doesn't
wow,
matter.
I
1600s,
saw a video today
1500s.
that kind of talks about that as well. So, I mean, and that's if we really want to
It's
grapple
never going to
with,
go away.
right. Well,
We're
we
humans.
can't
We're
have that.
humans. It'll never go away.
It's
If
the
it's not
ignorance of
race,
human
if
beings.
it's not race, it'll be something else that divides people. It'll be money, or it'll be that, oh, this person lives over here. They live in
Hmm.
this part of town. It's going to be
Hmm.
something that divides. It may not be race, but we're
Right.
never going to be. Humans are
Oh, I said
comfort.
it. What did I
Yeah.
say before though?
Yeah, we're jacked up.
Humans. We're garbage and we're
Yeah.
screwed.
Well, that's where
Well,
God comes in.
not me.
See, that's where
Not
God
me.
We're
comes in.
garbage.
That's where God
See,
comes
that
in
was
because
hate
I'm going to
speech.
tell you what's going to
That
happen.
was hate speech, Doc.
Shut up.
I
That
just
was
felt
it.
hate
No,
speech right
I
now.
do
You
believe
said
it
I'm
though.
garbage.
No, I believe it. I remember my ex-wife and
Wait,
I were in a car with another couple, and I
serenity
said
now.
it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's
It is
just
going to get
not.
better because
We're
Jesus
not.
is in
We're,
control.
yeah, but he need to come on
No,
because he's
he's
taking
got
his
it. Don't
time, and we
worry.
need to
Don't
go
worry.
ahead.
I have faith.
Okay.
I have faith that he's got this under control.
Okay.
We keep barking back and forth with each other, not us three, but we as a society keep barking back
Right.
at each other and we keep forgetting that he's in control. And
All
that
right, what are some of
that
these chats? Where are some of these
oh, you
chats?
guys ready? All right, so hold on.
Am I getting cursed out?
Yeah, we all are. All right,
I probably
so
am.
let's
No.
see. We got Innate saying, boy, it isn't hate at all if you call truth.
Who
Truth
is Nate?
and
Who is
I
Nate?
don't know Nate Ways. I don't
I
know,
don't
but
know.
he's our homie,
I
I
like
guess.
him.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
sure.
him.
Excuse for it is why we're here. I missed that a little bit. So here's Kim. They take the rights away from parents. You speak your kids and the kids don't agree.
Spank.
Yeah. Oh, spank them. I guess that's what she said. She
I don't
said
know.
speak, but I think she meant
Oh,
spank.
speak.
Yeah,
Maybe
spank your kids and the kids don't agree. they can call the children's services and get them all picked up. Yes,
Call
of
them.
course.
No,
Yeah,
Call them.
but
that's
I
no,
what
wish
but
we
my
it's
kids
true.
would.
Yeah,
Call
no,
them.
I used to
That's
say that
true.
too. I wish they would call them.
But
Let them
it's
take
so
them.
true.
Let them take them.
Now,
Let them take
hold
them.
on.
Come get them.
I
Come take
know
my kids. I'll let them take them.
what
Every
I'm
single
saying
one
Let
of
is
them.
Icy. Go ahead,
If I
Icy.
spank,
it is.
if I spanked them and my kids called CPS and they called them and
I
CPS
know.
can't, you go sit with them then. Okay, so hold on. Let me finish the chats.
Okay, yeah.
I know. I have a. Let's see. Trixie said, "I have a question. If we're talking about someone who you agreed with, would you be upset when they get killed?" Yeah, I would get upset if anybody was killed. I don't care if it's a president,
Yeah, but more
Trump.
so,
I don't care
more
if it was
so
Trump. I
if
don't like him at all. But if he got killed, I
no,
would be
but what I'm
really
saying
upset.
is, but
Not upset.
but
I mean, I wouldn't cry or
basically, if you did agree with somebody and you followed him or whatever it is, not Charlie
Mhm.
Kirk, let's use someone
Right,
else,
right.
Right.
right? And then they get killed. You're gonna mourn them more than you do that someone's opposite in that spectrum.
Oh,
than
I
you.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like Melissa Hortman
Yeah, I
and
agree.
her husband.
Yeah. So,
You know, I remember there was I don't
how
know
do
what
you talk to your
you
kids with
there
that?
was a lot about the Melissa
I
thing.
talked to my kid. I told them to come get them. I told
Yeah, but
them
the
to come pick
government.
their kids up. Let's see. And I don't think you know what love or hate is. Or hate. I
Who?
think they were.
At who?
Nate said that
Who?
too. I don't know. Maybe
Probably Nate.
Kim. All
Think I
right.
may get it.
Is okay. So Honey Bear said we have become
Hey,
such a
no fighting in the
politically
chats. Just
correct.
talk,
Yeah,
discussion.
just chit chatting. All right. Let's see, such a politically correct society that when someone
I
like
know.
this happens, people cannot
Mhm.
fully express what they
Mhm.
think and feel without criticism.
True.
That goes back to our main topic. What we're talking about today is that freedom of speech. We do have that freedom of speech, and yes, we should
Well,
be able
so
to go to a platform and speak our mind depending on, again, what it is. There are some limitations, and do you guys not agree that there would be limitations to speak in your mind? You can't, like, would there be any limitations in your
Look,
mind?
look. I
with
think we need some sort of censorship because I think the BS
no,
that's coming
see,
over
no,
Facebook. See, I
see.
believe it because what
So,
happens is,
like I
look,
said,
Even
let me go
I
back to
would
of
what
say
I was talking
censor
everybody.
about
us.
before.
I would say
Let me go back
censor
to what I was
Democrats,
originally talking about.
Republicans. Yeah, go on.
I just think just censor Doc and Devlin, but that's just me. No, what I was originally talking about before all the other stuff, me being a hypocrite, because I found it, I was like, good, I'm glad you got fired, right? Like that's my first instinct. I'm
Right.
like, dude, you were laughing and you were so excited, and you were like, and they don't have their dad anymore, so they won't be corrupted. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? Like, but anyway, so and one side, I'm saying their speech, I was happy that was the result of that, right? But now really, they should have the freedom to say that, right? So I had to back myself up and say, you know what? I got to practice what I preach. If I start to see a video and they're laughing about him, right? I'm just going to scroll away because I'm not going to waste my energy on that, right? So, but at the same time, like, I don't think he should have been shot for his words, but me saying that, well, that's what they deserve to get
Martin
fired.
Luther King certainly should have been shot for his words.
Shouldn't
have.
Oh, shouldn't have. Right.
Oh, you thought he said should?
He was
I did. I was like,
legitimate.
that was way out
Hell,
there. That was
yo,
way
black
out
folks
there.
be
Wait,
on
yeah,
my
we need to correct
behind,
that
bro.
right
You
out of
need
the
to clear
gate.
that up real
Can
quick.
we can
No,
you
Martin Luther
rewind
King
that
shouldn't have been
transcript,
shot.
please?
Yeah.
Can
But
you rewind that?
but he was legitimately trying to bring people together. I mean, he was legitimately, and I remember because I think we had this debate about this. You said, well, people can interpret what he's saying, and you're going to have some people, especially back then, or who think that what he's saying is dangerous, like trying to integrate the schools, the bus system, and stuff like that. They would think that is dangerous, and that's why he was killed. But when you think about it from
And
a common sense
he was
standpoint,
anti-government too. He was big on
our
that
government sucks
platform.
at this point.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
he had more than just the segregation. Like,
Right.
he
But
was
his
targeted for a
overall
lot of
speech, I have a dream, does not say, white people can't fly planes or, white people don't have any whatever. There's no racist stuff against white folks. It's trying to uplifting of black
Okay.
people. And at the end of the day, he was shot. And it's like, well, I mean, if you're thinking it from a common sense perspective, he was just talking about people coming together and live as one, and he gets shot. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand,
Well, and then you got Malcolm X, right? He
well,
was shot. He
Malcolm,
was assassinated,
well,
right?
now we can't go through the list of everybody that got shot. Like
I
Malcolm
know.
No.
X, I mean, he
Just
had a whole nother,
let's use those three.
he had another perspective.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. His
Mhm.
perspective wasn't the same as Martin Luther King, but he was still shot, right?
Right.
And
And
Charlie
by
Kirk's not the
voicing-
same either.
By having his
Right.
opinion.
So that's what I mean. It's not the message that these people are doing, the debate. It's not their message what I'm concerned about. Obviously we're going to say hate speech and all this stuff, but let's just look at the fact that they were assassinated for their opinions
Beliefs.
and speaking what they believe was right.
Right.
Whatever that was, that's what they were shot and killed for.
Yeah. And that's what,
Right.
yeah. And so, yeah, that's what I'm getting on some chats here too, is we had Monica says, every person has their own opinion. We can't hate someone for having a different opinion than us. And I agree. I can never hate anyone, and I don't hate anyone, but I can very much disagree with what what they say or their opinion. I can disagree, but I don't have to hate them or disrespect them. I think disrespect is a huge key.
So
it is not acceptable, but perhaps agreeable among people who dislike what he said, Honey Bear Catherine said. And then Kim said, I said the same thing, call them. I didn't get that all the way, maybe. Okay. And then Mama Rose said, there will always be racism.
Rose!
What's up, Mama
My
Rose?
mama.
Can
There
we
will
not get a
always be
clap for that?
racism, but through education, faith, solidarity, love, it can be reduced. And I agree. That's
Ar-
what I want to focus
Arcadian,
on.
did Arcadian pull something?
Did I
Arcadian,
miss it?
I'm going to say something.
Hold
Most
on.
atheists have better morals and love towards everyone than most Christians. Prove me wrong. And I understand what she's saying. Why is everything done under the Christian banner? Like, Christians, of course, done more atrocities in history than pretty much any other damn group of people in history. Now, I'm not saying there's some other groups that aren't, that don't
Get
take up
involved.
there as well.
Yeah, let's don't get into religious talk.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah,
We can have-
that's
Well, I mean, everybody
we
that
can
does
get
is
into
like they're
that.
Christian.
Well,
Well,
again,
Muslims do a lot
Muslims. I mean,
too.
there's a
I
lot
mean,
of, but again,
right,
you
right.
look at, and that's a whole nother conversation. So yeah, Doc,
Right.
that's a
Well,
part
All right.
two.
Well, I got the
two.
message, so I had to
That's
put
on
it
a
out
part
there. Hey,
two
Kim
of our
Lambert, how are
racism
you?
talk that we
Hey,
talked
Kim.
about last time.
Mhm.
We did say we want to do
we
another
do
part
want to
two
do.
anyway.
Yeah, we do
So
definitely want to do
it's
an
true. We
updated.
can't. Okay, so Monica
Hey,
said
Glory.
it's true. We can't say what we really think, and yeah, and that's what's the hard part. Bottom line, God is in control, and that's what Honey Bear said. Mama Rose said, and again, when I say that God is in control, and that's how I personally feel. I'm not saying everyone out there in the country and in the world has to feel or act the way that I do. I just pray and hope that you do accept him. And that's all that God is asking me to do, is to try to
Well,
introduce
I don't
introduce
know.
it
I
in that
think
way.
he's lost a
So
little
I'm
control
not
'cause
going to
we
sit there
ignorant.
and push that on you. I'm just telling you what is in my heart. Let's see. Mama Rose said, does the president know that freedom of speech? Yeah, freedom of speech. Okay, Honey Bear said to Mama Rose, the president allows freedom of speech as long as it goes
It's a
along with him.
Republican.
Yeah. Martin
As
Luther
long as it's
King.
Republican, he believes in it.
Mama Rose said Martin Luther King knew who he was. Let me see. Martin Luther King knew what he was doing was dangerous, but he knew it had to be done. And so again, and that we can flip on the other side to the
Charlie
Kirk side. And
what had to be done in his speeches and what
in
he was talking
him,
about? What had to be done?
well, I see.
He. Well,
What
no,
was
no.
his call to action?
I'm just saying
asking.
that he felt that conservatives were, being undermined and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And really what he wanted to do is just push the conservative values and more traditional biblical values. I think that's what his thing was, because he always brought up the Bible, the Bible verses and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
what about like black folks though? Like, what did we do to the Bible that's so bad that he had to keep bringing this up as far as like the civil rights shouldn't even happen, or it was the worst
yeah,
piece
that's
of
one that I
legislation?
haven't looked up because I just heard that about.
Even
Yeah.
I harp
But
on
I
the
do want to look that
pilot
up.
thing because this is the other clown that has a podcast.
Yeah, I was
Conservative guy that says
talking
the
to my
same
brother
doggone
about
thing.
this
Like, if he
yesterday.
sees a black person that is in a position of power, this is a black guy too.
Again, well, we don't want to talk
Position-
DEI. We don't want to talk. Okay, right?
We talking about who?
DEI.
Oh,
We don't want to
DEI,
talk about
DEI.
DEI.
No, but my point is that what are you trying to accomplish? If you're gonna have a conversation,
Like
a
we need a
speech
whole we
or
need a
speak
whole
at a
podcast
college
on
campus,
DEI because
on
there's
a
a
college
lot
campus,
of
There's a lot of
things
inner
that,
workings in there.
yeah,
right?
it's
So
not
what are you
just
trying to accomplish? What
it's
was
not
Charlie
just
Kirk's?
pilots. It's not just
Right. But
it's a way
what was
global,
Charlie
more
Kirk's
global.
point, and
What was he trying to
what was he
accomplish?
trying to accomplish?
Is it good for A world or a
Yeah.
I
country.
think he was trying to. I think he was trying to
Oh,
say,
you were saying Iceman.
and he, I mean, he obviously wants the shock value, right? He's going to say something that's going to get
Right.
noticed. He
There
wants
we
the
go.
clips.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know that everybody does it.
Yeah.
Social media is about that, right? You want
Right.
that clip. You want to get that person that's being beat up on the street. You want your thing to go viral. That's what
Right.
social media is about. So
Right.
that's what he is about too, right? He wants that clip. But I think overall, what he's saying is that with DEI, sometimes you're overlooking more qualified people in DEI, right?
But
And you're
but the
giving them
problem with
positions.
DEI is
I know the pilot thing is like, so you got 100%, you got 100 openings, right? And then you got, okay, we got 100 people, but there's only one black person in the top people of the 100.
see,
So
but see,
hold
hold on,
on,
that stop you
hold
right
on,
there.
I
hold on,
know.
But
hold
you
on,
can't
Why does
say
it
hold
that.
on.
always
It could
go
be
to
I
that?
know.
military.
Okay, all
It
right,
could be
go ahead.
age.
Go
It
ahead.
could be education. Go ahead,
We don't
Iceman.
need to
Go
talk
ahead,
about
Iceman.
DEI. We don't
No,
need to
no, go
talk
ahead.
about it. No,
No,
we're
go ahead.
done.
Go ahead. No,
We're
finish,
done.
finish.
I
I'm
What
gonna
want
I
you to
want to say,
continue. I
no,
wanted you
no,
to
what I
continue, and
no,
the
I'm not
reason why.
continuing. I'm not continuing. So I think the fact is, like Martin Luther King back in his day, he didn't have social media, right? But he still managed to do a 1,000,000-man march, right?
hmm
He was
hmm
in a day and time where now we can get a 1,000,000-man march, whatever. And so he had such a huge following. And I'm saying that because in England right now, there's like 1,000,000 people marching in support of Charlie Kirk in London. So when people are saying to me, like other people have said, he's not going to have any reach in a week, he's going to be they're not going to be talking about him, all this stuff, right? And I thought, well, I mean, we got 1,000,000 people marching in London in his behalf. Like,
Right. So
I
okay.
don't know.
So again,
What do you call
thank
reach?
you, Tracy,
What do
for
you
saying
call
this. I
reach?
appreciate that, Tracy. She said, I'm going to read hers in just a second. And again, I agree with Tracy a lot on her comment here in just a second. I'm going to get to it because I think we're missing it again. And you're right. I see we shouldn't be talking about we're missing the whole point. It's about humanity. It's like how we treat people is regardless
Right.
of what side you're on, regardless of what political belief, religious belief, humanity. We are people. We have feelings. We have hearts. We
Are you
care.
reading this?
We.
Is this a comment?
I'm adding to what she said. So that's just what she said was I'm
What
yes
did she say? I
anding
don't even know what she
her
said.
exact. Oh, I'll get to hers one second. G Deuce Glenda says. Oh, let me go back up. I missed this one from Honey Bear. I'm a conservative to the max, but I do not go along with what he said at all. At all
See, I don't
conservative. Hold
think
on. I
I
know.
don't
Hold on. All conservatives do not go along with the MAGA agenda. And I wanted to touch on that too. But that's another, man, we have so many things we want to talk about because all of these topics, because that's true. We live in a time where it depends, and this is from G Deuce. We live in a time where it
Hey, Deuce.
depends on your race as to when the freedom of speech and the right to protest is applied. And again, these are opinions and these are feelings that people are having. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the humanity part. You should watch that entire video, is what Jody said about what you were talking about, Doc. And Charlie Kirk, let me see. Tracy said Charlie Kirk felt he needed to say the things he said to share his religion. And I agree with that as well. You should be able to get a platform
But
and be
some of
able
the
to
things
share.
he said is so
I
ridiculous. Do you
know,
think he was
but
just doing?
again,
Was he trying to push? Was he
see.
pushing? Was he
somebody
trying to
else.
get clicks?
Well,
Was he
of course,
trying to get to where he
of
is?
course. And Tracy said, I think this is what I was talking about. I see. I think what is being missed is again the humanity. I agree. That's where we're missing the boat and that conversation. Because again, we could sit here for another 3 hours going back and forth on how one side is right or wrong, or they're doing this and they're doing that. But I think at the end of the day, it's the humanity and it's how we're treating people. If we can
Right.
just stop acting like you're better than anyone else. And I don't care whose side, right
hmm
side, left side, we're not better than the other person. If somebody is qualified for a job and they need that job and are qualified, then go get that job. If there's things in place to protect people, to make sure that everybody's fair and things are going right, then if you're qualified for that job, if you're overly qualified, then you'll get that job. Then you'll find the right job that's set for you. That might now have been the job for you that got picked over. So I'm sorry that you didn't get it, but I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get you another job. So if we can just get that humanity back in and that heart and say, listen, I care about everybody and I need to have that. I don't want to say empathy. Let's say sympathy. Let's say I want to care for how they feel and how their kids are raised. I do care that Iceman's family is okay. I do care. He might not think
I don't.
or have the same beliefs or whatever he has, but I
Make it hard for you.
wish
He's on a
only
roll
good
right
things
now.
for his family.
He's on a
And I
roll.
want his
Go ahead.
family to
Well,
thrive.
you know, so
That's true.
here's the thing. So like us three, right? Now we see a lot of things different. And as I get to know each of you more and more by your posts and different things, like I go, why would he say that? And then, you know, like I go, but I have to my core, I don't care. That's what he thinks. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like, I know he does not care for Charlie Kirk, Doc. Right.
Who, me?
Yeah. You don't care for
Well,
Charlie Kirk.
the
Hold on.
crap he said is off the chain. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just finished. So you made that post on Facebook, right?
I
And
don't remember which one. Sure, I
you
did.
you were just saying like, no matter what, if you believe it or not, you know, no one should die for that, right? Whatever. And then there was some like comments underneath it,
Right.
and I made a comment and I misspelled your name, which now looking in retrospect, that's like I was really going after you with
Right.
that. Like, well said,
It would sound like it, yes.
Dick.
Yeah, I
Right,
That
know.
was
because
funny.
I didn't say Doc. I used I instead of O. So people looking at that were like, wow, he's really coming after Doc. Like
And
you're
see, what's funny
Dick.
is Icy knows this because the Doc and I know that you have a sight, your eyesight isn't as good. And when you're
Well,
typing
I
and
just
you're doing
always
it,
hit the
and so
I
you
hit
hit
the
buttons,
I
and we
all
know
the
that.
time, right next
We
to
know
the
that.
O.
So we're not going to get
Right,
offended
right.
and we're not going to get mad because we know. And
Well,
so,
of course not. But what I'm saying is like as time goes on, I'm getting you know, it doesn't take away the friendship that we have, right?
Mhm.
Like it's a
Mhm.
weird thing. Like you did something about the raid on the Hyundai plant, right? And I was
Right.
like, because after Connor said that to me, my son, he brought it up to me and he's like, Dad, did you know? So why would Hyundai want to come back? Blah 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 blah. Right, going off, and I'm like, I didn't hear about it, so I had to look it up again.
What was his
Before.
thought on that, though? I'm curious. What
oh,
was his overall
so
thought on that?
he's
Oh
got
no,
great
no,
perspective.
he's
I want to get his son in
Okay.
here. We were
he's on
talking.
you
Yeah,
guys'
where's your
side.
son? Where's
He's
he
on
at?
your.
He's
He
upstairs. Go
leads a
get him.
very,
Go get him.
very, very
Call him.
liberal, very left. No, he don't want to get on. I've already
Okay,
asked
so
him. I've already asked
so,
him.
but the
But no,
Hyundai
no.
thing was stupidity
Well,
on the U.S.
hold on.
government.
I don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of that. Right? We're
Well,
not talking
Savannah,
about
Georgia
that.
doesn't have 8,000 jobs. Good job, Ice.
See,
I'm sorry, Iceman. I'm
again,
sorry, Iceman. It's
if you want to go,
facts.
you want to go
The
into detail
Korean,
about
the
it. Why,
Koreans, the
why, why
Koreans were
were,
supposed to be here.
why were they here illegally?
Training
Why?
us.
Well, no,
No,
whoa.
They
They
weren't
weren't here.
illegal.
They weren't here illegal. They were not illegal. They had
They
already
were on
worked
a
out with the
B1
government
visa.
to bring.
They were on
To
a
train
B1
us.
visa. Look it up.
They have
train us.
already.
Look
They had
up what the B1 visa is.
whatever
Look
visa
it
they
up.
had, whether they had
No,
a library
it's for
card or
meetings.
whatever.
Thanks,
It's for
Tracy.
They
We'll
were
get
meetings.
Connor
It's
to
not
supposed to
understand.
for.
be
Sorry.
here to
It's
develop
not
because
for employment. It's not
all
for
the
employment.
equipment
All I'm
was
saying
in
is,
Korean.
if you break the law,
You speak Korean?
listen to me. If they're on for a B1 visa, which is easy to get, that's why
The
they did
government
it.
messed up, and you know it.
No,
They
no, no.
jacked up.
What I'm saying is,
They jacked up.
like you didn't say that in your post, and I wasn't gonna go out. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Which one? With the Korean one?
It was
Okay, I gotta stop you guys. Tracy,
North
our assistant, Icy's we have to pivot. Sorry, we gotta stop this conversation and move.
Anyway, what I'm saying is
All
that
right, we'll pivot.
She said stay on topic.
if you just
Okay.
read into it more than just what you're seeing on your side, just like
No,
I do.
I looked it
Right.
up as well.
B1
I know,
visa.
so did I.
Okay, you
Okay,
know
so
about the
hold on.
B1
So
visa.
so
Okay,
some
that's
chats.
all.
So some
We'll
chats.
jump on that. We'll
Not
jump on that. I
only
got you.
England, but many other countries, Jody said. So yes, there is a following, and we're not gonna definitely
Sure.
take that away. They are all out there. Sorry. Absolutely no one deserves to be killed for what they believe. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. They believe or say. 100%. Tracy said, agreed. Honey Bear said, agreed, G-Deuce. And Relax to Crockett says, we live in a time where outrageous rhetoric gets noticed. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
And
and so
that's
social
where we
media
need to
is.
change.
That was
And
another
that's,
question.
again, I think that needs to change. Again,
Look,
social
having a
media and
following is
how
not
we
a big
do
deal.
social media. So, hey, actually, it's a
Everybody's
good
got a
little
following.
thing here. Get in the VR
What's that?
headset. You can go in there and be safe and have a voice and actually communicate with people.
You
That's
bring
how
in VR.
that's how
That's how we
were
do it.
able to come together, because I'll say this again, and I know I've said this many times. If in any other circumstances in my day-to-day life and working and doing my stuff, going to stores and having whatever I do, I would probably never built a relationship with Iceman or Doc and have such a great friend
I love IC.
relationship. I know. Have a great relationship with these
No, you
guys
don't.
if it wasn't for a
Love
platform
harmony.
that allows us to meet people and understand who they are first and get to know them. And
Like,
then, and thank you, like and subscribe
share.
and go to our Patreon and share it. So,
Share.
yeah, please. We're
please,
looking
all
for more
that.
support.
Well, you know
So,
what? We have 100 subs on
yeah.
YouTube, by the way.
So I
We
want
have
you.
100. No,
I
that's
know.
a big thing.
101,
But
I
we
think.
need
Yep,
1,000 though.
I know.
We need 1,000 to
So,
get memberships on there.
yes.
So let's do it.
So again, find these avenues to where you can connect and have conversations with people where you're not going to fight. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Yes, you are correct. It is polarized, and there's a lot of negative and bad content being pushed to get noticed. Recommendation
noticed,
on
yeah.
my side, recommendation, put more positive stuff out there. Post information that is positive and good, and stay away from the rhetoric. If there's more positive stuff being pushed and people are pushing it, then by default, we'll get more of that in our social feeds.
I'm positive.
Stop getting the rhetoric. Stop.
Humans suck.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
So
What else we got?
yeah,
Doc, it's on you.
no,
Iceman was about to go in.
No, no, I
well,
know.
no, I was just gonna say something real quick, and it's like, you know, we have free speech, right?
Right.
But if free speech results in violence against that person that's exercising that, do we really have the free speech though? Like, we don't really, because if I know if I'm out in public and I say something and I know that it's gonna get me beat up, am I gonna say it? So then therefore, do I have free speech?
Yes, you do. You do have free speech, because you also have free speech to walk up to that same person that wants to beat you up. You also have the right to say
And beat
what
him
you
up?
want to say in front of him and then get punched in the face. So you do
I ain't
have
got
that
time for
right.
ass whooping. I gotta go
You
to
do
work.
have that right. So just, there are consequences. We're
Well,
not taking away
that-
consequences. There's a big
Okay,
difference. So you have a right,
right.
but there are consequences for your
Right.
actions.
And so that's what I was going to say earlier when
So
I was
yes,
cut off
you do have the
years
right.
ago. No, so based being a hypocrite, that part, those people have a right to say what they want. But the consequences of them saying that is their employer said, I don't want someone like that working for me, and they fired him, right? Now the consequences for Charlie Kirk was him being shot, right?
Right.
So there's got to be,
Well,
but that's what happened.
Yes.
Right?
In
That's
reality,
the consequences.
right.
That is what happened.
It is a consequence.
Right. That was a consequence of his action. Bye, Devlin.
He's
He
going to
just
get
left.
his mutt. So anyway, me and you now, Icy.
Oh, sorry.
Me
Yeah,
and
I
you.
heard Simba.
Hey, can we cut his mic off? No.
Is there a way we can get a third,
No,
a different
he's got the
host?
damn.
Who
he
can
got
we
the host thing.
interview for a host?
He bad.
Can we get rid of him? We could interview someone else for his position.
Okay.
Hey,
so
But I think
Honeybear said in my podcast,
see, he
we
interrupts us
disagree,
again.
but understand the other's point of view. So yes, I agree, Honeybear. Again, Honeybear.
And by the way, I was at her last podcast.
He made it, and
on Friday.
It's on
I was
Friday.
4 minutes late.
What time is it?
4 minutes late.
What time is it at?
It's at 6 o'clock my time.
No,
Pacific.
it's not. It's 4 o'clock our time.
4. See, I do it every time. 6 o'clock is killing me for that.
Anybody who's new to the podcast, anybody who's kind of like, look, we're 3 old guys just trying to do something interesting in our
that might be a T-shirt too. 3 old guys. That might be a
T-shirt. So we would like you to like, please share, and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 10% of that right now. And even whoever you may think that's interested, please. We have a Patreon if you want to.
You were good at math, right? You were really good at math.
See that? That was quick.
The new camera, because I don't know why he's all pixelated.
No,
so he can't afford Devlin, and Devlin cannot afford good internet, obviously. And you can't afford good internet.
People are streaming in my house right now.
So why are you letting them stream at the same time we're doing it?
Yeah, this is your house,
Don't
dude.
do something about it. It's your house.
Kick him out.
Dude, you suck. That's why human beings aren't going to survive because of stuff like that.
You both know that that's not going to happen.
I know. It's like a cartoon. Yeah.
That's because I keep coming in and out. Okay. All right. So, Doc, it's on you.
Back to you, Bob. Anyway, look, we just look for people's support. Look, again, we're not one of these I guess podcasts that have all these statistics and all the specifics. We all know that things we're going to say, they're going to be a lot of counterparts. But we sit here and we enjoy talking about and having discussion, have people join, and hopefully we'll have more people join as time goes on. We have some great statistics for a beginning podcast. We're on 31?
31 right
now.
Yep. This is
and
31.
That makes us, and I think at 20 episodes, 90% of podcasts fail or
Yeah,
don't
don't
continue.
continue. Yeah,
That's say fail, not like a
it's the first
restaurant.
3. Within 1 to 3 episodes, they fail.
But within 20,
Yeah.
90% are gone.
Are gone. Yeah.
So we would like your support. And I know you may
Please.
not agree with everything I say or Iceman or Devlin, but just understand we come from the heart. We have a thing called a Heart Foundation we're trying to establish. We're working on setting up a trust and holding company and things like that to really protect our brand, but to also create an entity where we can help others. And that's really what our goal here. So yes, we're having this discussion back and forth and blah, blah, blah. But our goal really is to put out more positivity.
Positivity.
Man, what's the word?
Positivity.
Positivity.
I think you
I'm
said
not
it.
smart. See, that's the problem.
No,
I
but
need,
you
I need,
came up
I
with the
need help.
10% of subscribers right
Quick,
away.
man.
Yo, that was
Yep.
hot, right?
That was
That,
Yo,
that
I'm brilliant
100,
like
that
that.
1,000 and
So,
100, you were quick.
Real
and this
quick.
is what we want to do. So we can only do it with your support and subscribers. And if there's any other
Please.
topics, and eventually we're going to do more podcasts during the week instead of once
Next
a week.
week, tariffs.
But we can't do that until
Are we gonna
we
do
get
it?
the
Are we gonna do it? Or are we
regular
gonna
support.
pivot? I'm good with tariffs.
Tariffs
Okay.
next
Hey,
week.
Mom. I forgot to say hi to my mom.
So
Yeah, good job.
about what Doc was saying, we don't always have the facts and figures, which are needed in discussion. That's
Mhm.
true. But I think we're more of an overall. And if we
Opinion.
spark the conversations
Mhm.
for you to go look these things up yourself, that's what we want, right?
Please do.
When we bring up,
Fact check us, please.
which I'm not going to
Fact
get
check us.
into.
DEI is education, veterans, age,
Okay,
just
Doc.
black folk,
But no, what I'm
Doc.
saying is, when we
or
bring it up,
Spanish
look it
or
up.
brown.
Look it up yourself, right? Like I said,
Oh,
like with
look,
the speeches
Devlin's
and stuff.
camera's acting right
Look it
now.
up.
You think he all good. What you got to say, Devlin? Now your camera's acting.
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing. No, I'm saying we're not
Your
going to talk
head.
about DEI. We're not going to start talking about it.
Do you
Hey,
shave your
also,
head or do you melt the
no,
hair?
I shave it.
Oh,
Shut up.
you actually shave it?
With a razor.
You have
shave
hair?
it?
Yes.
You have hair on your head?
Oh, a lot. It grows
doesn't?
rapidly.
No,
I
don't have
shave
no
it
hair.
every
He's
other
never had
day.
hair.
no.
I shave it every other day.
No, you're
But
bald.
do you think I lost
You were
all my
born
hair
bald.
like it just disappeared? Every single
No, I
drop
just
of my
think
hair?
at the point that I met you, you
Look
were
at it.
completely bald.
Yeah.
How do you
Dude,
get
I've been
that
bald
bald?
since like 30 something.
Okay, then there's
But
no
said
hair that's gonna
17.
shaving
grow,
my head
right?
bald. Not I
You
don't
said
lose.
17.
So okay, so
Oh my
for
gosh.
context, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Batman, is what my kids and everybody used to say. So I would lose this right here.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
started losing this right up in this neighborhood. So I didn't have a hairline. So it started to go back. So it's all back
Oh,
here. But I had hair that came all the way around.
that
So
looks
if I
nasty.
let my hair grow, I'll have the patch. I'll have the bald here with the hair.
Do it.
Why do you put makeup on? What type of makeup you put on your head?
Makeup on.
Yeah, because you
Yeah, and
can
I
get a
didn't even
sponsor.
shave today.
We can get a sponsorship, whatever makeup you're using, because
Oh,
it's
Mac.
working.
Mac.
It's working.
It is. You look
Is
good, bro.
it a black makeup or is it like
Yeah, it's a black. Yeah, I agree. I got that question too. Do you use you mix it together like a little black love, like a mulatto type of mixture
mulatto? I
in your head?
think we're allowed to use that word. Oh, I just
All right.
used it. I don't know.
Did
Yeah,
I
is
just
that
do
still
something that
acceptable?
wasn't
Welcome to
politically
Heart.
correct?
Helping every American reconnect together, a charity initiative brought to you by the Table Podcast. Our mission is simple: to strengthen communities across
sorry,
America
I'm
by
sorry.
helping. And if
How was that, Tracy? Sorry.
Keep in mind, everyone who's watching, we're still establishing these entities, but that's our overall, I would say, dream of the podcast to really establish the heart, helping every American reconnect together.
Mhm.
And we're looking forward to doing that. So that's why we want your support. That's why we want you to share.
Please,
And
please,
somebody had
please.
made a statement, which is my overall, if I had to sum up my part of this, is that we have Gloria, quote from Gloria, we have freedom of speech, but should also have common sense. Like we could say anything we want, but damn, be
Common
careful
sense.
out there and,
I agree.
try to.
Again, it goes with consequences. You can say what you
Mhm.
Thank you,
want.
Tracy.
Yeah.
I was pointing the
Um,
wrong direction.
But I do want to say too, the heart initiative was Doc's idea. He came up with it, and we just fell in line with it because it was so impactful.
That's what I want to do. I told you I get jealous of these
know.
YouTube videos when they're helping like a homeless person and you see that emotion. That's what I want to do.
Yep.
So that's my
Me and
freedom of
Icy were
speech.
talking
Get out
about
there and
this
do stuff
yesterday.
like that.
That might have
Yeah,
been
man, just to
today.
help out people.
Today.
But we're broke. The problem is we broke.
Major broke. So
Okay, I just want to say one thing. I do want to say, if any of you guys watching have ideas for our podcasts,
Mhm.
right? Please put them down in the chat or
definitely.
on our Facebook group or something, because we could just make up our our own list of topics every
Right, but
time.
we want to know
It's
what
not
you
a
guys
problem.
want.
But yeah, what do the listeners want? What do
Yeah.
the people watching want?
It's your turn,
too?
Doc.
Because
Back to you,
It
Bob.
will grow.
Back to you,
We'll
Bob.
grow. Yeah, we'll grow and get better. But this is what we want to do. This is kind of our passion. We all kind of fell into it along with a virtual reality and Web3, which we're going to have discussions in reference to that because we know
And
we Tri-Virtual
developers.
Roundtable
And
for a reason.
developers. We're going to be
And
talking to some
developers, we have some
developers.
new developers.
Yep.
Expectaverse. We had the
and
developers from Multiverse come on, so we're starting to get some really good
Yep.
interviews.
and the
I
app
sent-
world in VR also. I want to start talking with the developer over there. We've got some contacts with him.
Can I do a call out for
Yeah, of
someone I
course.
want on the podcast? Misha Tate. I would love to have
Mhm.
Misha Tate
Oh, yeah, you guys
on the
are
podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I met her family. They're amazing people.
Yeah.
She's amazing, and
Awesome.
she's local in Washington State. So someone tag Misha Tate in this.
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Doc, you close us out.
Close us out. What? Man,
it's
come
your
on
turn.
now. Why you gonna do that
I
to
did
me?
it.
It's
and
not my
Icy
turn.
did
was
it last
Icy.
time.
Icy. He did not.
Yes,
I don't
he did.
remember.
Yes,
Listen.
he did. It's all you.
Yeah, no. We just got finished talking about.
It's all
somebody-
you. Why you think? Why you think I'm asking you to do it?
All right, I'm going to do the prayer and
Don't
I'm
mention
gonna do the prayer.
Eagles. Don't mention Eagles.
No,
in the
no, I
prayer.
wasn't gonna-
Okay.
I wasn't gonna say that, but like I said, I need more help than these guys because I have some beliefs, and we should have a religion. We should have another religion talk. Tell people if
But
they
did we
want to
just
hear
say
that. I
that?
think so.
Part 2. Okay, go
We
on.
did.
Look, I
And
guess I'm gonna
racism
close this out by
part 2.
saying I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to, talk, have these discussions among friends. I really appreciate the opportunity for people to come in and listen and understand what we're trying to say. That we don't believe everybody's bad. We just believe sometimes people have some bad intentions, but with faith and with some basic understanding of each other, things will be worked out. I still think the human race needs a lot of damn help, but God bless us all, and I wish we all be okay. That's my
Amen.
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 We thank all of you so much. We appreciate all of you for being here and hanging out with us and listening to what we
Ask
are talking
Gloria.
about.
Gloria said we're going to be huge. Why does Gloria think we're going to be huge?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, why Gloria? Why do you think
Gloria?
we're going to be huge?
Wait,
Because
is this in
we
the
try
chat?
to be sincere.
Is this in the
Yeah.
chat?
No,
I got it.
Tracy
But
got
Gloria.
And Tracy said
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know- I
start
don't know,
keep
Gloria.
track for you guys. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Real world VR. We got a heart. Yeah, there you go. Woo! Oh, I did it. That's what he posted. On there.
I think Gloria feels
And
bad.
Oh, are
Honey
that-
they? Wait, there's a real world is
VR?
Yeah, it's on there.
Jesse.
It's in the
He
chat.
replied- yeah, he's watching us right now. What's up, Jesse?
Oh, Jesse's watching this.
I was gonna
Real world
mention them
VR.
with the
Well,
world.
you said something. I meant to say something too. Real world VR. I forgot to talk about them too. Yeah.
We broke.
Yeah, we broke. Let's
Uh,
see. Friday, 7 p.m. Honey Bear. Go watch. She's does her
4
Honey Bear
podcast.
p.m.
statement.
p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern.
What is this one about, Catherine?
Amen. Good show. What's this
if
next
she
one about?
responds
Has she
right
posted
away.
it yet? I don't know. All right.
I can't remember, but I want to say about World, right?
VR world.
So I open up my messenger and I see a picture. I'm watching you, and it's the front of my house, and I'm immediately calling 911. But then I see that it's from Devlin. I'm like, what? And so he went through VR and into World, went to my house, took
Because
a
he has
picture
your
of it.
address, right?
No.
Yeah, he has my
I got
address.
a story. I got a story. I don't
and
have
then-
your address. So I had to remember and find your.
Oh,
I
'cause
got your
you're-
Eatonville.
You got to
down the-
travel.
And then I said yes.
I've
And
done
then I
it.
was
You
there.
gotta
I said
travel it.
he's next door to a auto part
auto
or
shop.
auto car place. And I was
I
saying,
don't
okay,
want
so
no hate
I'm
mail coming to me.
I'm driving all. I'm flying all around your area. That's not it. That's not it. And then I found that shop, and I was like, his house is right next
He's
door.
up the
so
road.
then I
yeah.
went right next door.
I did that. Me and my mom did it. Me and my mom did
Took a
slide. Me and my
picture
mom
of his
do
house.
slide.
Yes.
You went to my house? Did I have solar panels in those pictures or not?
Oh, she's men are from Venus and men are from Mars. That's what she's doing. Mars and Venus. Yeah, that's what her topic for next week is for Friday
All right.
for Honey
I
Bear.
wanted
I
to
guess we're
talk
gonna-
the last time. I wanted to talk.
Yeah,
This
you
will
don't
be in
get
our
a
extra
podcast.
segment. I
You don't
think we
get
got
to
to
talk.
close
I
out
know we
now.
got to close out.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we
Guys,
thank
we
you.
appreciate
We love
you.
you.
Continue.
Hit
We'll
like,
continue this.
share. For those of you that haven't hit it yet, subscribe.
Hold
hit
on.
Patreon.
Patreon.
We're going to continue this conversation after the
Patreon.
show.
No, we're not.
If you want to see that video,
We're not. No, I'm just kidding.
Patreon.
Leave it on.
We are. We're gonna talk.
We're going to do an
All right,
after show.
so,
We're going to do an after show. All
Real
right.
World
I'm broke.
VR said, "What's up, people?"
Hold up. And I want to give a shout out to Gloria. Gloria's the person that she sent. I guess she sent us some messages. She has an amazing idea that we're going to institute VR. She's developing a kind of a wellness compound in the future.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the young lady I told you I sent
Yes.
information on VR.
Yes,
and how to
Gloria.
implement it.
Yes, we
we're
want to
really
help
trying
you
to
with
reach
You
that.
out.
sent us
Please,
a whole
that's
bunch
going to be
about
fun.
her. Okay.
And then we get to
Yeah,
go to
so
the resort, right? We get to like
oh,
get a free
hell
like
yeah, you go
a
free.
week
I'll sneak you
to
in
the
through the
resort.
back.
I want to
I'll
go.
try.
Sneak me
Yeah.
in. Sneak me in, please.
All right,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Push me right
Love you.
through.
Talk to you
Okay.
guys later.
Bye, everybody. Love you. Bye.
Go Eagles.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.